18, you're watching Nation at 5. I'm Ridhima Bhatnagar. Lots to cover over the next 60 minutes. Let's get started. Let's talk about the big story that we've been keeping a very close eye on. This is in the backdrop of the cash for query row that is only escalating with each passing day. Today was a very crucial day because you had the two complainants, the BJP MP Nishikant Dubey, and you also had Anant appearing before the Ethics Committee. Today you have the first meeting of the Ethics Committee. Essentially, the agenda of this meeting was to see the kind of evidence that has been presented by these complainants based on the allegations they've made. Our viewers would remember it all started when BJP MP Nishikant Dubey made some very serious allegations against TMC MP Mahua Moitra. And he in fact made two allegations. One was of bribery and the other is that her login credential that is given to every member of parliament in fact was compromised. He went on to say that on the floor of the House, out of the 61 questions that were asked by Mahua Moitra, 50 of them, in fact, were asked at the behest of an industrialist, and thus came the name of Darshan Hiranandani, who now, interestingly, has also turned an approver in this case and has made some serious allegations against Mahua Moitra. Mahua Moitra, the TMC MP, has denied all these allegations and she continues to brazen it out. So first, let's break down some key details in terms of what really happened in this first meeting of the Ethics Committee, and also more importantly, what happens from here on. Who are the other people who can be summoned by the committee, and what are the possible options that the committee is currently working with. So let's break down the details. First, let's bring you up to speed of what really happened in this first meeting. There was heated exchange between BJP MPs and the BSP MP Danish Ali. Remember, there are various members as far as the Ethics Committee is concerned. The opposition has also raised questions as far as the composition and the majority of the BJP members in this Ethics Committee. The other aspect that we're picking up is that the BJP MP, in fact, Nishikant Dubey, told the panel that papers don't lie. As we pointed out a short while ago, this first meeting was for the committee to see all the evidence that is being presented by these complainants and whether this is enough for the committee to now move forward and summon the other people as well. What also happened during the course of this meeting was the BJP MP told the panel that will answer all questions. As we pointed out a short while ago, TMC MP Mahua Moitra has denied all these allegations. She's gone on to say, this is just a witch hunt, this is vendetta politics. Just because I've been asking the uncomfortable questions to the BJP today is trying to corner me. Also, what transpired in the meeting was that you had Anant, the other complainant, also was cross-examined by the panel. As far as the allegations that have been made by Anant, Mahua Moitra has gone on to say, this is just a jilted ex-lover. There's no credibility to the allegations that he's making. What we're also picking up is that Anant gave a statement that lasted for a good 15 to 20 minutes, and this becomes crucial. What we're also picking up is that the BJP MP Nishikant Dubey, who made these allegations at the start of this entire controversy, in fact, has also recorded his statement. Now the next step for the committee will be to summon the other people and to hear the other sides before they reach a conclusion of any sorts. And this is the big update that Mahua Moitra, the TMC MP, in fact, has also been summoned by this same committee by the end of this month. She will have to appear before the committee on the 31st of October. So this is what transpired in the meeting. Now let's break down the details. What are the options that are in front of this committee? What are the possible outcomes that we could see by the end of this investigation? First is that you could see an external probe. The panel may require deeper probe. They might want to refer it to some other agency like an enforcement directorate or even the Central Bureau of Investigation. What the panel may also do is they may probe into the breach of security and the financial breach. As we pointed out, there are two things to watch out for here. The allegations of bribery and the allegations whether there was any quid pro quo, whether the credentials of the Member of Parliament login in fact were compromised. Were these credentials shared with someone else? Were the credentials logged in from foreign soil? All of this is currently a matter of investigation. This becomes problematic for Mahua Moitra. Now, what the panel will also look into is the credibility as far as these allegations are concerned. And by the end of it, if the panel is convinced that the evidence is enough, then Mahua Moitra, who as of now is a sitting member of parliament of the TMC, in fact could lose her status as a member of parliament as well. The panel can suspend the MP pending the probe as far as an external agency is concerned, can expel the MP if convinced with evidence that has been provided. But there is also a possibility that by the end of this entire investigation, the committee comes out and feels that yes, we did hear both sides, we did see the evidence that was presented, but we feel the evidence is not compelling enough, which means status quo remains. Mahua Moitra still remains as a member of parliament. Let's first bring in our colleague Payal, who in fact has been tracking all these developments. Payal, this was a very first crucial meeting as far as the ethics panel is concerned. While the big news, of course, is that Mahua Moitra also has been summoned, but help us understand what are sources and various stakeholders telling you what really happened right through the meeting, the kind of testimonies that we heard from the complainants as well.
Anant, Jai Anant, in fact, he deposed before the committee for a good 20 minutes, after which he was sent out for 10 minutes, and after which he came back and a lot of questions were asked of Anant, Jai Anant. He was questioned by various members of parliament in terms of what his intent was, why did he file his complaint, what evidence does he have, is it not that it's a case of a jilted lover, like Mahua Moitra has been insisting, because some members even pointed out their personal equation of the past which had gone sour, all of that. So all of those questions Jai comfortably answered, and Jai said that he essentially was moved by the fact that he realized that Mahua was using her parliament privilege to actually, do a quid pro quo in the return to get some favors, and that was something which was also compromising the national security. So that was his argument. And obviously Nishikant Dubey, when he deposed before the panel, he told them that he had been given this information by Jai. Jai had reached out to him, and obviously that's why, as a responsible member of parliament, he's come out and asked the Lok Sabha speaker to get a probe done into it as well. So why is it in Mamta, why is it that nobody from the TMC is really defending Mahua Moitra so far? Possibly it is an indefensible case, is what politically speaking the BJP says. So it's going to be quite a thing to watch out for, because it's not too many days to go. It's about 4-5 days to go before Mahua Moitra gets summoned before the panel. She'll come out and give her set of explanation before the panel. A large part of the reliance that the BJP-led complaint is actually dealing with is relying largely on the signed affidavit that has been put in by Mr. Hiranandani. That is something where he's admitted to helping Mahua out. He's admitted to the fact that he's logged into Mahua's Lok Sabha credentials, and that's the most damning of all allegations, because remember, these login ID passwords are extremely sacrosanct in nature. They're very, very secretive in nature. They're very, very important in terms of protecting the national security, protecting the democracy of this country. But she's gone ahead and allowed him to use that from an overseas location. So all of this is going to be examined also in detail. And that is one of the reasons that Vinod Sonkar mentioned that they've asked of a response of sorts from the Home Ministry, which is of course the ministry concerning the internal security of the country, and also asked the IT Ministry to reply, because NIC it's an intermediary under them as well. So all of these questions will be answered in a short while from now, given the fact that yes, both these ministries will in fact revert back to the standing committee which is examining the matter, based on which the committee, like you have mentioned, can look at various scenarios, and probably the committee then can present its report to the Lok Sabha speaker. The final call on the issue will be taken up by the Lok Sabha speaker. But what I am going to understand is that possibly the BJP will not stop at just getting Mahua expelled from the parliament, getting all these details in place, but they will also try to pursue for a case of bribery, which could be a long fought legal battle.
While as you're rightly pointing out that this is now becoming problematic on multiple levels as far as Mahua Moitra is concerned, because it's not just the allegations of bribery, but the allegations of this credential of a member of parliament being compromised as well. As far as the latter is concerned, this is a serious charge. You've been reporting on it. Talk to us about the various aspects that are under the scanner currently. What are the kind of people that the committee will be talking to check two things? One, whether Mahua Moitra in fact had given her credentials to someone else, and secondly, was any of this accessed from foreign soil?
Well, that is exactly what the NIC will look into, because remember, when the NIC has to investigate into the matter, for them to find the IP address of the login is not going to be such a big deal. That's part of their responsibility. So if that has been done, and if that has been done repeatedly, then probably there are a lot of questions that Mahua Moitra will have to answer. Now Mahua so far has been saying that a lot of people have been giving that access to their PAs, their assistants, etc. But Mahua has told everybody that Hiranandani was a very good friend of hers. So do you give a credential as serious as this to your very good friend. Is it not true that your friend has admitted on a sworn affidavit that yes, he has in fact logged into your account and posted questions? Now, what the intent of the questions are and what she got in return for that's the second thing altogether. But can you do that as a member of parliament? Is this not breach of ethics? Is this not breach of privilege? Is what the questions that are going to be asked? And obviously, that's one of the reasons. Will it have any implications internationally? And that's the reason the Home Ministry's role also becomes extremely important in this whole matter.
Pal, we'll just request you to stay on with us because now we're getting some other breaking developments also now coming in. And staying with the same space, this is what sources are now telling us here at CNN News 18 in terms of the line of questioning that was used for the BJP MP Nishikant Dubey. Now, what sources are telling us is that Nishikant Dubey was in fact asked that how does he know the other complainant, that is Jay Anant, and also Darshan Hiranandani, the industrialist, who is now turned an approver in this case. What sources are also telling us is that in fact the BJP MP Nishikant Dubey told the Ethics Committee that if they want to give a clean sheet to Mahua Moitra, that's up to them. Let's also now bring in our colleague Arun, who is joining us on the broadcast. Arun, help us understand what else are sources telling you in terms of the specific questions that were asked to the BJP MP.
Well, see, so Jay Anant and Nishikant Dubey were questioned separately by the Ethics Committee, and the committee sources are telling us that the questioning vis-a-vis Nishikant Dubey is concerned started with how did he know Jay Anant? Did he know Jay Anant before Jay Anant approached him with this, and how did he know Darshan Hiranandani? So these were the questions which were in the beginning from Nishikant Dubey. In fact, we are also given to understand that two of the member of parliament who are part of the ethics committee, they in fact requested Nishikant Dubey to let go the matter, to let go this entire matter of Mahua Moitra, in which of course Nishikant Dubey responded that now matter is before the ethics committee and it seems to be an open and shut case. Now it is up to the committee to decide. And in fact, we are also given to understand by our sources from the committee that committee will also approach the Ministry of External Affairs in the entire matter as well, because Darshan Hiranandani has already mentioned about a few details in his letter, in his deposition that he gave there in Dubai consulate. It was about the foreign trips that he funded of Mahua Moitra, of course, along with some other gifts. So in that MEA will look into the detailings of different visits of Mahua Moitra in foreign countries to corroborate what he said in that letter and what actually happened. So in fact the chairman of the ethics committee, Vinod Sonkar, in fact said in the onset of the meeting that this is very embarrassing and very disrespectful the way entire thing panned out.
Arun, we'll just request you to stay on with us. We want to take in some political reactions as well from the BJP. We have Anila Singh now joining us on the broadcast. Anila ji, good to have you with us here on CNN News 18. While this was a crucial first meeting as far as the Ethics Committee is concerned, but time and again, Mahua Moitra, who's found herself in the eye of the storm, has denied all these allegations. And she, in fact, has hit out at the central government, at the BJP, saying that just because I've been asking uncomfortable questions, the BJP is trying to target me.
My ram to all, and why Miss Mahua can't understand a simple thing. It is not about asking question or uncomfortable question or difficult question from any sitting government. It is, why did you give the access? Why did you give the access to a person who is not a member of parliament, who does not have any right to get access in all the procedure of the parliament? So it is a breach of security. In a way, it is a sedition. So whatever she has done wrong. And she must understand this thing. If she has not done anything wrong, then why not Miss Mamta? Her party president has not come out in her favor. Why she has not said a single, why she has not given a single statement in favor of Mahua Moitra? So this proves one simple thing, that Ms. Mahua is on wrong foot and she is going to face the heat of it. She cannot deny this thing. And
Anilaji,
definitely
it's
she will.
interesting. You spoke about the reaction of the TMC. While the TMC was largely silent till about last week, we got one lone reaction that came from the TMC that said that the MP in question will have to defend for himself or herself. The party will not be saying anything further. And after that, we haven't heard any other reaction as far as the TMC is concerned. How do you see the response that is coming from Mahua's own party?
Absolutely. This is what I am saying, that if she has not done anything wrong, then why her party is not coming in her support? This proves that she has done wrong. And her expensive desires and aspirations and indulgence in all the luxuries, I think that has taken her to take this step. She has compromised the security of Parliament. It is unpardonable. And I'm sure that the proper inquiry will be done and right action will be taken against her and all those who are involved in it.
Anilaji, before I let you go, while the matter is still before the Ethics Committee, and of course the Ethics Committee will be listening to Mahua Moitra also, who's now been summoned for the end of this month. Before I let you go, I just want to understand what are the key demands that the BJP is currently looking from the Ethics Committee, and what is the kind of penalization that you would want to demand for Mahua Moitra if these charges and allegations in fact are proven?
If you ask me about the demand of the Bharatiya Janata Party's demand is of each and every citizen living in this country. That proper inquiry should be done and right punishment.
Okay.
And she has brought shame to all the women.
Okay, we seem to be losing that line with you, Anilaji, but I think I got the gist of what you were saying. You were saying that this is unpardonable because national security, in fact, has been compromised. We'll still have to see if these allegations, in fact, are proven before the Ethics Committee. Come the 31st of October, Mahua Moitra, the TMC MP, will have to present herself. I'd like to thank our colleagues, Payal and Arun as well. Some other reactions also now coming in.
सब कुछ दे दिया, सभी ने कॉर्डियल सवाल पूछे और मुझसे ज्यादा जो एथिक्स कमेटी चिंतित है।
जितने भी मेंबर्स थे,
तो क्या उनकी चिंताएं दूर हुई आपकी बात रखने से?
अब वो तय करेंगे। मुझसे जो भी पूछा गया मैंने दे दिया।
कुछ तथ्य भी मांगे गए आपसे, कुछ प्रूफ वगैरह मांगे?
लगातार ये बात की
जो भी मांगा गया मैंने दे दिया।
You deposed before the committee today, Ethics Committee. What happened?
I'm not allowed to make any comment about what transpired inside the ethics committee. I can only say that it was very pleasant. Everybody was very cordial. Questions were put to me as is normal in any committee hearing, and I have answered those questions. That's all I wish to say.
The inquiry is going on a positive note, do you think?
I don't think it's for me to answer.
Because the allegation that Mahua Moitra has levelled on both of you, Nishikant ji and you.
She has not levelled any allegations. I don't think that's right. But the truth will come out, I think.
It's all started with Henry. What exactly happened?
I don't wish to comment at this time.
Let's also now take in a reaction from the TMC. We have Mr. Majid Memon also now joining us. Good to have you with us here on CNN News 18. It's been over 2 weeks since these allegations were first made against the TMC MP Mahua Moitra. The opposition has been training guns at your party. They've been saying that why is the party not coming out in the defense of Mahua Moitra? Is it because the TMC also knows that there is a lot more than what meets the eye?
Well, the Ethics Committee has begun the widely publicized Mahua's issue, and according to the well-set procedure of law, the committee has first heard the aggrieved persons, the complainants or his side, and now naturally for the next hearing they have called the suspect, that is the person against whom the accusations are made, that is Mahua. And she would be given an opportunity to counter whatever has been alleged against her. And I think according to the procedure, she will be entitled to cross-examine the witnesses and the complainant according to the procedure well set, so that truth can be brought out. I think it is necessary for all of us not to preempt anything, and let the Ethics Committee have a free hand to get into the truth, the bottom of truth in the accusations which have made such big news for the past few days.
But Mr. Memon, nobody is really jumping to conclusions while we all await a final response and a final result from the Ethics Committee after they've heard all sides. The only question that is being raised, not just by the BJP but other political parties, is that considering the fact these allegations are so serious in nature, when the TMC comes out just with one response and says that this matter only is concerned to the respective MP and he or she should defend for themselves, it almost looks like the TMC is playing too safe. They want to take a backseat and throw the MP under the bus. That's the allegation that's being made.
As far as party TMC is concerned, it has exercised constraint not to, politically make an issue out of it. Because if the allegations are yet to be probed, then I think a competent probing authority must have a free hand without prejudice for or against this respect. And therefore, our party has taken a course of waiting till the findings are out, and therefore we would exercise constraint from commenting either way.
Mr. Memon, another aspect that I want to understand from you, it's not just the BJP MP Nishikant Dubey who's made allegations against the TMC MP. The industrialist who was named, Darshan Hiranandani, is also now turned an approver in this case, and he's also made some very serious allegations in terms of the gifts that were received by Mahua Moitra. On those lines also, we're not seeing the TMC respond.
No, see, as far as the proceedings are concerned, we have faith and belief that the members of the committee would rise above their political compulsions or political ideology and exercise their duty as independent judges. And therefore, not only, although the committee comprises of majority of BJP members, including its chairman, yet we have trust and faith as a political party that we expect them to be fair, and they would forget while probing into the truthfulness of some allegation against a member of parliament. They would rise above their party ideologies and get to the job to get pure truth, unadulterated truth before the nation.
Mr. Memon, lastly, before I let you go, just taking on from what you were saying, do you have doubts as far as the intent and the credibility of the committee is concerned, just because the majority of the representatives are from the BJP?
No, see, Mahua has also gone on record having said that the committee also comprises of majority of BJP members. But you see, as a mature political party, we would still expect that notwithstanding the majority by BJP, the members would rise to the occasion and would stand for truth and for the solemnity of the job assigned to them, rather than to take a very vindictive approach against the suspect and support falsehood.
Okay, Mr. Memon, we'll have to leave that conversation there. Well, that was a representative of the TMC coming out and saying that we don't want to jump to conclusions till the time the investigation of the Ethics Committee is concluded, and Mahua Moitra should be given a fair chance to represent her side. Some other reactions also now coming in.
जिन दो लोगों को सम्मान किया गया था, वकील साहब को और माननीय निशिकांत दुबे, उन लोगों को पूरा ध्यान से सुना गया। सुनने के बाद विषय की गंभीरता को देखते हुए कमेटी ने तय किया है कि महुआ मित्रा को 31 तारीख को बुलाया जा रहा है। वो आए और अपने बचाव में, अपने पक्ष में जो कहना कहें। साथ ही साथ कमेटी ने भी निर्णय लिया है, इसमें IT मंत्रालय और गृह मंत्रालय को चिट्ठी भेज के उनका विवरण भी उपलब्ध कराने का निर्देश कमेटी के द्वारा दिया गया है।
Well, we'll continue to track all these developments and a lot more. For now, we do have to slip into a very short break. Don't go anywhere. We're coming back with lots more.
और फील करती है, खुद से स्कूटी चलाती है तो?
हाँ बिल्कुल।
सिक्योरिटी वो है, आप भी सिक्योरिटी
हाँ,
है?
बिल्कुल।
ओके। आप कुछ कहना चाहेंगी मैडम, महंगाई के बारे में, गैस सिलेंडर के दाम के बारे में?
क्या कहेंगे मैडम, हमें तो आप गैस दिया ही नहीं है। मोदी सरकार दूंगा करके कह लिया, धर के फोटो खिंचा लिया, हमें दिया ही नहीं है। पंचायत में बुला के फोटो खिंचा लिया, मकान के नाम भी आया, फिर भी इस मकान के हमको पैसा नहीं मिल रहा है। बार बार घुमाते हैं, क्या करें, हम परेशान हैं, हम ओकरे वजह से हमारा तबीयत खराब हो रहा है।
जब वोट देंगी तो ये सब सोच के वोट देंगी?
हाँ, सोच के वोट देंगे ना, हमें नहीं देता हम क्यों देंगे उसे वोट।
History has shown that the road to Raipur often goes through Bastar. Even in the last assembly election, the clean sweep in Bastar's 12th seat had a huge role to play in the landslide victory that Bhupesh Baghel registered in the Chhattisgarh assembly. This assembly elections, BJP is trying to hard sell its dream of Naxal-free, secure Chhattisgarh to woo the tribals. Bhupesh Baghel, on his part, is promising them more welfare measures, more direct benefit transfers. Who will really manage to woo them finally will be known on 3rd of December. But it's clear to both sides that if Bastar and Chhattisgarh comes out to vote without fear or favour, that'll be the biggest victory. One of the VIP constituencies going to polls this time is Rajnandgaon, the home turf of Raman Singh. Even though as an MLA he has chosen Kavardha, the people of this area think that R in Rajnandgaon actually stands for Dr. Raman. So what are the issues in this VIP constituency? What are the people thinking? How much development has really happened in the 15 years that Dr. Raman Singh was in power? And did Rajnandgaon suffer after Bhupesh Baghel took the Chief Minister's chair? Let's speak to people in this constituency. What's the mood like in Raman Singh's constituency in Rajnandgaon market? A group of people here with us. कैसा है माहौल है? क्या मुद्दा है?
मैडम, डॉक्टर साहब जो है ना, वो तो विधायक ही हैं और मुख्यमंत्री पूर्व थे, और आगे अगर पार्टी आ जाती है तो निश्चित रूप से मुख्यमंत्री बनेंगे। लेकिन राजनांदगांव का जो विकास कार्य जो हुआ है ना, डॉक्टर जी को बिल्कुल सब स्मरण करते हैं, याद करते हैं। तो इस हिसाब से उनका बेस तो बना हुआ है। और इनके अगेंस्ट में जैसा गिरीश देवांगन जी आ गए कांग्रेस से, है ना, हालांकि जैसा भी है उनका भी शासन सत्ता है उनका, लेकिन उनका भी ठीक है, लेकिन उनको मेहनत करना पड़ेगा मैडम, क्योंकि कार्यकर्ताओं से और सभी समाज वालों से, मुख्य लोगों से मिलना बहुत जरूरी है और रूबरू मिलना जरूरी है मैडम, तभी उनका थोड़ा सा लेवल आएंगे मैडम।
अच्छा, ये बताइए, ये चुनाव भूपेश बघेल बनाम रमन सिंह है या भूपेश बघेल बनाम नरेंद्र मोदी है?
ये तो छत्तीसगढ़ के हिसाब से तो बड़ा यहाँ का चुनाव माहौल समझ में नहीं आ रहा है ना, कि वैसे तो भूपेश बघेल का पर गाँव वाले लोग से सुनते हैं ना, तो जितने भी खेती किसानी वाले हैं वो लोग ज़्यादा महत्व उनको दे रहे हैं, है ना, भूपेश बघेल को। अब आगे देखो क्या रिजल्ट आता है इसका, है ना। और वैसे रमन सिंह भी अपने हिसाब से अपने पूर्व मुख्यमंत्री रह चुके हैं हर 3 बार, तो यहाँ की जो विशेषता ज़्यादा है उसके ऊपर रुझान ज़्यादा जा रहा है रमन सिंह। हाँ,
रमन सिंह जी के रहते राजनांदगांव में तो काफ़ी कुछ बदला होगा क्योंकि उनका गृह क्षेत्र है। छत्तीसगढ़ में उनके रहते क्या बदला और भूपेश बघेल के आने से क्या फ़र्क आया?
मैडम जी, जैसे बात रही कांग्रेस और बीजेपी, ये अपने अपने स्तर पे काम करते हैं, उसका तो कोई ये नहीं रहा, लेकिन एक्चुअल में राजनांदगांव की किस्मत शुरू से खराब रही। अब मैं बताना चाहूँगा, इससे पहले भी बीते हुए 5 साल में जो चुनाव हुए, तो हमारे रमन सिंह जी जो सीएम रह चुके हैं, वो भी कवर्धा जिले से विधानसभा क्षेत्र ये रहा। उस समय थी करुणा शुक्ला जी जो कांग्रेस से नेतृत्व करी थी, वो भी बाहर की थी। इस बार भी वही मौका फिर से दोहराया गया। रमन सिंह जी जो है कवर्धा से है, और अभी फिर रायपुर के एक व्यक्ति को लाके, गिरीश देवांगन जी को लाके फिर कांग्रेस ने फिर खड़े कर दी। तो हम क्षेत्रीय लोग कहाँ जाएंगे? हमारे को अगर किसी विधायक से मिलना है तो रायपुर जाना पड़ेगा और कवर्धा जाना पड़ेगा। इसमें राजनांदगांव का कोई कुछ नहीं रहा। और विगत दिनों पर यहाँ खेल कूद और व्यवसाय, इससे जुड़ा हुआ संबंध ही का बस काम आया। बाकी ऐसा किसी चीज़ के, जैसे 15 साल के विकास में 15 साल के जो मुख्यमंत्री पद में रहे, तो उन्होंने मतलब एक तो फैक्ट्री तक राजनांदगांव में नहीं लगाई है। और रहा सवाल भूपेश बघेल जी का, तो पिछले 5 साल में अभी जो चुनावी कार्यक्रम था तो आए थे यहाँ, उसके पहले कुछ नहीं
आता ही नहीं। अच्छा, जब आप लोग वोट देने जाते हैं चुनाव में, तो क्या नेता का चेहरा देख के देते हैं या कोई मुद्दा सोच के देते हैं?
नहीं मैडम, ऐसा नहीं है। वो क्या है, आदमी देख के देना पड़ता है। क्या जो काम किए हुए हैं है ना। रमन सिंह के राज में बहुत काम हुए थे।
जैसे एक दो काम बताइए।
बहुत से है, गरीबों को मशीन वगैरह, साइकिल वगैरह देना, और गरीबों को कई पैसे मिले हैं, है ना।
और बघेल सरकार में क्या नहीं हुआ जो आपको उम्मीद थी होगा और नहीं हुआ?
वो कुछ नहीं मैडम, अब क्या बोले जाए उसके में, उतना नहीं हुआ काम, है ना।
ऑलराइट, सो एटलीस्ट इन दिस कॉन्स्टिट्यूएंसी आप कुछ बोलना चाहेंगे? कैसे कैसे चुनाव में हो रहा है, क्या मुद्दे हैं यहाँ के लोगों के? कुछ ऐसा स्पेसिफिक है, जैसे महंगाई हो गया, बेरोजगारी हो गया, या डेवलपमेंट?
महंगाई और बघेल जी ने महंगाई को और बढ़ावा दिया है। रमन सरकार आएगी तो उस हिसाब से उनको उनको मुख्यमंत्री के पद में चुना जाएगा।
So at least in his home turf, Raman Singh, it seems, has managed to gain support for his candidature. But the rest of Chhattisgarh, people here are unsure as to how rest of Chhattisgarh is really voting. तो ये बताइए पूर्वा, वोट देने जब जाएंगी तो नेता का चेहरा देख के वोट देंगी, या आपके कुछ मुद्दे हैं जो सोच कर आप वोट देंगी?
नहीं, नेता का चेहरा देख के तो बिल्कुल नहीं देंगे।
नहीं देंगे। तो क्या मुद्दे हैं आपके? आपने अभी पढ़ाई पूरी की होगी।
हाँ।
तो क्या आपके क्या मुद्दे होंगे जिसको सोच के आपने कुछ सोचा है क्या?
Welcome back. Thanks a lot for staying with us. We're getting some breaking developments now coming in. And this is quite unfortunate news that is just coming in. 8 Navy veterans, in fact, have been handed over the death penalty in Qatar. We're also now getting a reaction coming in from the MEA, the Ministry of External Affairs, who in fact have gone on to say they're extremely shocked with this verdict that has come in. They've also gone on to say that they in fact are in touch with the family of these 8 Navy veterans. The allegations against them is of spying. The MEA is also now saying that at this point we are mulling all legal possible options. We will also contest this verdict. We'll try and establish a connection with a colleague to get more backdrop about this case and also the possibilities of how this can be contested going forward. Siddhant is now joining us on the broadcast. Siddhant, give us backdrop of this case. Since when are these 8 Navy veterans in fact being in Qatar, the verdict that is come in and the possible options before the MEA today?
Well, there are very few or perhaps very less details available with regard to this particular case, in which 8 of the veterans of the Indian Navy were detained by a unit in Qatar, and perhaps they were put on trial also. So this has been going on from last 1 year, and perhaps Indian government has been pursuing case very strongly with the government of Qatar. In fact, the consular access was also provided to these 8 Navy veterans. They were working on a project at Dehadrai company in Qatar. Perhaps that project, that particular company also has to do with the with building submarines and defense armaments. Now we are getting to know that the Court of First Instance of Qatar has today passed the judgment in the case involving 8 Indian employees of Dehadrai company. The MEA, the Ministry of External Affairs, has issued a very strong statement, perhaps expressing shock as the verdict of death penalty and are awaiting the detailed judgment. The MEA is still awaiting the detailed judgment, but has expressed shock. And in fact, MEA has also said in a statement that they are in touch with the family and the legal team. In fact, from day one, MEA has called this particular case as a high priority case for them when it comes to pursuing it with the Qatar, very high priority case. And perhaps this particular order has brought disappointment, and this is a reason that a statement has been issued by Ministry of External Affairs.
Okay, Siddhant, we'll have to leave that conversation there. Thanks a lot for getting us all those details. Keep a close eye on all those developments for us. But let's shift our focus to the other big political story that we're tracking here on CNN News 18. War of words has erupted ever since the Prime Minister was extended an invitation for the inauguration of the Ram Mandir. Remember, we now have a date as far as the inauguration is concerned. It will be on the 22nd of January come 2024. But the opposition parties have reacted very sharply to this invitation for the inauguration that in fact has been extended to the Prime Minister. Multiple reactions coming in, not just from the Congress, the Shiv Sena and even the DMK. Now the point that is being made by the opposition is that it's the BJP that's trying to milk the opportunity. They're trying to make this into a political event just before the general elections of 2024. Also the point that's being made by the opposition is, and this is what we heard from the DMK, that why does the Prime Minister even need an invitation? He is the Prime Minister. He would either way attend the inauguration. And why is the BJP turning this into a political party event? Let's also now bring in our colleague Arun, who's joining us on the broadcast. Arun, as we pointed out, very sharp reactions coming in from the opposition. They're saying that the BJP makes everything into a BJP party event. This should be an event for the country. Why is the BJP only focusing on themselves?
Well, see, Ridhima, BJP has been maintaining this fact that construction of Ram temple is something which has been their thing for the longest time. They've been fighting for it. Even when Supreme Court has given that go ahead to construct the Ram temple, BJP has been, in fact, was taking that credit for it, and opposition parties have been targeting BJP that why BJP is taking credit for the construction of Ram temple when it has come from the Supreme Court side. But now when the Ram Janmabhoomi Tirth Kshetra people yesterday invited Prime Minister Modi for the inauguration of that temple, or when the idol will be placed on 22nd of January. Post that, we are seeing that opposition parties once again rallying together and hitting out at Prime Minister and BJP that why they are making it their event. But one thing is very clear that the launching of inauguration of Ram temple is going to be a grand one, and in fact of course BJP would like to take advantage of this, and therefore different plannings have already been started making in the camps of BJP, where they are planning to invite certain people for this event there, and how post the inauguration of the temple, how that message should be taken to the masses in the country. So all these plannings have already been started in the BJP camp, and we will see in coming few days and weeks that how BJP is actually going to take this issue in different meetings, in different campaign programs which they will organize. That look how BJP's one of the topmost agenda which they had in their manifesto to construct the Ram temple is going to complete in January, and therefore opposition parties are in fact not able to digest this fact that BJP will take advantage. Remember, even in the 90s when that Mandal politics was at its peak, it was Kamandal which BJP launched and which helped them to actually gain that momentum, due to which we see BJP in the Lok Sabha with 303 members, which started with 2 members in fact.
Yeah, so as Arun is pointing out, the BJP is hit back at all the criticism that is coming from the opposition parties, and they've gone on to say that most of these opposition parties are anti-Hindu, and their anti-Hindu mindset now stands exposed once again. Arun, we'll have to leave that conversation there. Thanks a lot for getting us all those details. Some other political reactions also now coming in.
देखिए, ये तो ऐसे ही राम मंदिर की बात कर रहे हैं जैसे ये भारतीय जनता पार्टी का मंदिर हुए। राम मंदिर हमारे देश का मंदिर है, हमारे सनातन धर्म का एक बहुत बड़ा चिन्ह है। तो ये किसी पार्टी का क्या है राम मंदिर?
देखिए, जो जिसकी मानसिकता जैसी होती है वो वैसा ही बोलता है। तो जैसा संजय राउत की भावना है ये कि उनकी दृष्टि में केवल चुनाव ही दिखाई देता है। भगवान राम का ये प्राण प्रतिष्ठा एक आस्था है, आस्था विश्वास की है, एक श्रद्धा की है, जिसमें प्रधानमंत्री जी को बुलाया गया है। इसके पहले भी निमंत्रण दिया गया था, बाद में स्वयं हमारे ट्रस्ट के प्रधान जो है वो गए, क्या कहते हैं, चंपत राय जी, और उसके बाद और 2 संत भी वहाँ उपस्थित थे। सभी लोगों ने उनको आग्रह किया कि आप उसमें आइए, उन्होंने स्वीकार किया।
After the 2019 Supreme Court verdict on the Ayodhya, Prime Minister Narendra Modi is all set to inaugurate the Ram Temple in January next year, in the run-up to 2024 elections. How does the DMK see this?
See, demolishing the masjid itself was wrong. See, they want to change history with mythology. That is what is happening. Ram was born in that place is mythology. But the mosque is history. So they want, that is the intention of BJP, to change all history with mythology. That is what they are doing right from the beginning. And their intention is to do that. That is what they are doing. This is part of it.
Right. But how do you see this moves in the run-up to 2024?
Before elections they want to show that they have built a Ram temple. But that is a forgotten thing. People had forgotten that. Nobody will remember that. So they think that the masjid is gone.
We're now shifting our focus to some other breaking developments now coming in. This is news coming in from Kupwara, where we are now understanding 3 more terrorists, in fact, have been neutralized. This takes the total number to 5. What our reporters are also now telling us that the identification of the terrorists is currently underway and search operations are underway as well. So this is going to be a big win for the forces. 3 LET terrorists neutralized, which means the total number goes up to 5. Search operations and identification of these terrorists is currently on. This is news, in fact, coming in from Kupwara. We'll try and go across to Ishan Vani in just a bit to try and understand what are the kind of details that we're picking up and what is the kind of probe that is on the ground as well. Ishan is now joining us on the broadcast. Ishan, as we pointed out, big win for the forces. 3 more terrorists neutralized, takes the total number to 5. Give us more details. What's happening currently on the ground?
Well, absolutely right. There was a specific input with Kashmir police that there's a possibility of an infiltration that could happen in Matsal area, because now the snow will start to come in, and before the winter, what will happen is that maximum number of infiltration attempts will be done, and that is why forces are on an alert on the line of control. And today, after engagement, initially 2 militants were believed to have been killed, but later on 3 more of them were killed in the exchange of gunfire that took place. Till now, the search operation is underway. It's a big catch for the forces, because 5 of these foreign militants would be highly trained, and sophisticated weapons that they were carrying have also been seized. We're told that bodies are being retrieved from the area. It's a very dense area near the line of control, and that is why the operation is taking time. Forces were able to track down their movement after initially police generated input about their presence and their movement on the line of control. We're told that 5 militants of Lashkar-e-Taiba have been killed, and if you remember, some days back in Uri, 2 militants were also killed there. So yes, there's a massive push from Pakistan, and DGP has said that there are at least 16 launching pads on the Kupwara side where possibility of infiltration could take place, because they want to keep the pot boiling and make sure that Kashmir is kept on that boiling pot, and to escalate the situation, particularly in the winter season, when the infiltration generally goes down, it becomes hard for them to infiltrate. So this is the apt time for them to infiltrate, and that is why we are seeing that maximum push from the other side is being done.
Okay, Ishan, we'll have to leave that conversation there. Keep a close eye on all those developments for us. So as Ishan is pointing out, 3 more terrorists neutralized, search operations currently on. This is a developing story that we'll keep a close eye on. For now, we do have to slip into a very short break.
Co-powered by
कुछ नहीं सोचा है। दोस्तों में बातचीत नहीं हो रही, पहली बार वोटर दे रहे?
नहीं।
अच्छा, आप बताइए मुद्दे क्या होंगे आपके?
अभी तो सोचा नहीं है।
नौकरी क्या आप लोग सोचते हैं कि नौकरी आगे करनी है?
हाँ करनी है, पर अभी उतना पढ़ाई पूरी नहीं हुई है, तो जब तक के
क्या करती हैं?
मैं बीएससी कर रही हूँ।
तो बीएससी का क्योंकि पढ़ाई यहाँ पे हायर एजुकेशन का सिस्टम अच्छा है राजनांदगांव में, कॉलेजेस यूनिवर्सिटीज हैं अच्छी?
हाँ है ना, अच्छी है,
अच्छी यूनिवर्सिटीज। हाँ। ओके, आपने नौकरी के बारे में आगे सोचा है, क्या करना चाहती हैं आगे पढ़ाई के बाद? पढ़ाई के बाद क्या करना चाहती है, कुछ सोचा है? हाँ। क्या करना चाहती है?
जॉब करेंगे।
किस टाइप की जॉब, सरकारी या प्राइवेट?
जो भी सुटेबल लगे।
तो यहाँ प्राइवेट जॉब्स का मार्केट है राजनांदगांव में, जो लड़के लड़कियाँ पढ़ लेते हैं, ग्रेजुएशन कर लेते हैं, प्राइवेट नौकरियाँ मिल जाती है यहाँ?
हाँ मिल जाती है, मतलब कंप्यूटर ऑपरेटर, लाइक बहुत सारा जॉब है यहाँ, बहुत
जॉब है।
हाँ।
तो गवर्नमेंट जॉब के लिए ऐसी कोई आप लोगों को दिक्कत नहीं है, क्योंकि सरकारी नौकरी के लिए बहुत सारे लड़के कहते हैं कि हमको सरकारी नौकरी चाहिए। आपके साथ ऐसा नहीं है? ओके। और बाकी कोई और इशू, महिला सुरक्षा, आप लोग सिक्योर फील करती हैं खुद से स्कूटी चलाती हैं तो?
हाँ बिल्कुल,
सिक्योरिटी वो है, आप भी सिक्योर
हाँ,
फील करती हैं? बिल्कुल। ओके, आप कुछ कहना चाहेंगी मैडम, महंगाई के बारे में, गैस सिलेंडर के दाम के बारे में?
क्या कहेंगे मैडम, हमें तो आप गैस दिया ही नहीं है, मोदी सरकार दूंगा करके कह लिया, घर के फोटो खिंचा लिया, हमें दिया ही नहीं है। पंचायत में बुला के फोटो खिंचा लिया, मकान के नाम भी आया, फिर भी इस मकान के हमको पैसा नहीं मिल रहा है, बार बार घुमाते हैं, क्या करें, हम परेशान हैं, हम ओकरे वजह से हमारा तबीयत खराब हो रहा है।
तो जब वोट देंगी तो ये सब सोच के वोट देंगी?
हाँ सोच के वोट देंगे ना, हमें नहीं देता, हम क्यों देंगे उसे वोट?
History has shown that the road to Raipur often goes through Bastar. Even in the last assembly election, the clean sweep in Bastar's 12th seat had a huge role to play in the landslide victory that Bhupesh Baghel registered in the Chhattisgarh assembly. This assembly elections, BJP is trying to hard sell its dream of Naxal-free, secure Chhattisgarh to woo the tribals. Bhupesh Baghel, on his part, is promising them more welfare measures, more direct benefit transfers. Who will really manage to woo them finally will be known on 3rd of December. But it's clear to both sides that if Bastar and Chhattisgarh comes out to vote without fear or favor, that'll be the biggest victory. One of the VIP constituencies going to polls this time is Rajnandgaon, the home turf of Raman Singh. Even though as an MLA he has chosen Kavardha, the people of this area think that R in Rajnandgaon actually stands for Dr. Raman. So what are the issues in this VIP constituency? What are the people thinking? How much development has really happened in the 15 years that Dr. Raman Singh was in power? And did Rajnandgaon suffer after Bhupesh Baghel took the Chief Minister's chair? Let's speak to people in this constituency. What's the mood like in Raman Singh's constituency in Rajnandgaon market? A group of people here with us. कैसा है माहौल है, क्या मुद्दा है?
मैडम डॉक्टर साहब जो है ना, वो तो विधायक ही हैं और मुख्यमंत्री पूर्व थे, और आगे अगर पार्टी आ जाती है तो निश्चित रूप से मुख्यमंत्री बनेंगे। लेकिन राजनांदगांव का जो विकास कार्य जो हुआ है ना, डॉक्टर जी को बिल्कुल सब स्मरण करते हैं, याद करते हैं, तो इस हिसाब से उनका बेस तो बना हुआ है। और इनके अगेंस्ट में जैसा गिरीश देवांगन जी आ गए कांग्रेस से, है ना, हालांकि जैसा भी है उनका भी शासन सत्ता है उनका, लेकिन उनका भी ठीक है, लेकिन उनको मेहनत करना पड़ेगा मैडम, क्योंकि कार्यकर्ताओं से और सभी समाज वालों से, मुख्य लोगों से मिलना बहुत जरूरी है, और रूबरू मिलना जरूरी है मैडम, तभी उनका थोड़ा सा लेवल आएंगे मैडम।
अच्छा ये बताइए, ये चुनाव भूपेश बघेल बनाम रमन सिंह है या भूपेश बघेल बनाम नरेंद्र मोदी है?
ये तो छत्तीसगढ़ के हिसाब से तो बड़ा यहाँ का चुनाव माहौल समझ में नहीं आ रहा है ना, कि वैसे तो भूपेश बघेल का पर गाँव वाले लोग से सुनते हैं ना, तो जितने भी खेती किसानी वाले हैं वो लोग ज़्यादा महत्व उनको दे रहे हैं, है ना, भूपेश बघेल को। अब आगे देखो क्या रिजल्ट आता है इसका, है ना। और वैसे रमन सिंह भी अपने हिसाब से अपने पूर्व मुख्यमंत्री रह चुके हैं हर 3 बार, तो यहाँ की जो विशेषता ज़्यादा है उसके ऊपर रुझान ज़्यादा जा रहा है रमन सिंह। हाँ,
रमन सिंह जी के रहते राजनांदगांव में तो काफ़ी कुछ बदला होगा, क्योंकि ये उनका गृह क्षेत्र है। छत्तीसगढ़ में उनके रहते क्या बदला और भूपेश बघेल के आने से क्या फ़र्क आया?
मैडम जी, जैसे बात रही कांग्रेस और बीजेपी, ये अपने अपने स्तर पे काम करते हैं, उसका तो कोई ये नहीं रहा, लेकिन एक्चुअल में राजनांदगांव की किस्मत शुरू से खराब रही। अब मैं बताना चाहूँगा, इससे पहले भी बीते हुए 5 साल में जो चुनाव हुए, तो हमारे रमन सिंह जी जो सीएम रह चुके हैं, वो भी कवर्धा जिले से विधानसभा क्षेत्र ये रहा। उस समय थी करुणा शुक्ला जी जो कांग्रेस से नेतृत्व करी थी, वो भी बाहर की थी। इस बार भी वही मौका फिर से दोहराया गया। रमन सिंह जी जो है कवर्धा से है, और अभी फिर रायपुर के एक व्यक्ति को लाके, गिरीश देवांगन जी को लाके फिर कांग्रेस ने फिर खड़े कर दी। तो हम क्षेत्रीय लोग कहाँ जाएंगे? हमारे को अगर किसी विधायक से मिलना है तो रायपुर जाना पड़ेगा और कवर्धा जाना पड़ेगा। इसमें राजनांदगांव का कोई कुछ नहीं रहा। और विगत दिनों पर यहाँ खेल कूद और व्यवसाय, इससे जुड़ा हुआ संबंध ही का बस काम आया। बाकी ऐसा किसी चीज़ से, जैसे 15 साल के विकास में 15 साल के जो मुख्यमंत्री पद में रहे, तो उन्होंने मतलब एक तो फैक्ट्री तक राजनांदगांव में नहीं लगाई है। और रहा सवाल भूपेश बघेल जी का, तो पिछले 5 साल में अभी जो चुनावी कार्यक्रम था तो आए थे यहाँ, उसके पहले कुछ नहीं
आता ही नहीं। अच्छा, जब आप लोग वोट देने जाते हैं चुनाव में, तो क्या नेता का चेहरा देख के देते हैं या कोई मुद्दा सोच के देते हैं?
नहीं मैडम, ऐसा नहीं है। वो क्या है, आदमी देख के देना पड़ता है। क्या जो काम किए हुए है ना, रमन सिंह के राज में बहुत काम हुए थे।
जैसे 1-2 काम बताइए।
बहुत से गरीबों को मशीन वगैरह, साइकिल वगैरह देना, और गरीबों को कई पैसे मिले हैं, है ना।
और बघेल सरकार में क्या नहीं हुआ जो आपको उम्मीद थी होगा और नहीं हुआ?
वो कुछ नहीं मैडम, अब क्या बोले जाए उसके में, उतना नहीं हुआ काम, है ना।
ऑलराइट, सो एटलीस्ट इन दिस कॉन्स्टिट्यूएंसी आप कुछ बोलना चाहेंगे? कैसे चुनाव में हो रहा है, क्या मुद्दे हैं यहाँ के लोगों के? कुछ ऐसा स्पेसिफिक है, जैसे महंगाई हो गया, बेरोजगारी हो गया, या डेवलपमेंट?
महंगाई और बघेल।
Welcome back. Thanks a lot for staying with us. It's election season and our colleagues are traveling to all the poll-bound states to get you the biggest voices but also the pulse and the issues on the ground. Let's talk about Rajasthan. Now remember Ashok Gehlot, he's spoken to us here at CNN News 18, extremely confident of the Congress's prospects as far as this election is concerned. BJP on the other hand have been questioning the Gehlot government over allegations of corruption as well as the status of women. Our colleague and senior editor Aman Sharma is on ground zero, has been traveling to various parts of Rajasthan to get you what are the issues as far as the people are concerned and where do the prospects for the BJP and the Congress stand. Let's take a look.
This is Kota and we are at the famous Chambal riverfront of Kota, a showpiece project of the Ashok Gehlot government, a project on which nearly rupees 1400 crores have been spent. This is the Chambal river and both sides of both banks of the Chambal river, you can see the new corridor. There is the Singh Dwar, you can see there these 9 lions in one row, and this is the showpiece project. This is a project on which takes pride, it's taken by Mr. Shanti Dhariwal, who's the 3-time MLA from here. He's also the urban development minister, and this project is in a way his baby. But Mr. Shanti Dhariwal is also in a lot of controversy now because the BJP is alleging that there has been huge corruption in this project. In fact, the BJP is calling Mr. Dhariwal as the Kalmadi of Kota. They are also saying that this project was to be inaugurated by Chief Minister Ashok Gehlot in September. It was also announced that the Chief Minister will come, but ultimately the Chief Minister did not come. And it was Mr. Shanti Dhariwal who inaugurated the project. Why did the Chief Minister not come? The BJP says it was because no environment clearance has been taken for this project. This is the eco-sensitive zone. This is the Chambal Ghadial Wildlife Sanctuary area as well. So any project which is built around the Chambal River requires environmental clearance. The Union Environment Ministry has raised a red flag. And this is why Mr. Shanti Dhariwal is under a lot of cloud. कोटा में अगर हम घूमें तो बहुत ही सुंदर हमें चंबल का रिवर फ्रंट दिखता है. तो ये चंबल इतना सुंदर जो रिवर फ्रंट कोटा का, ये इतना कंट्रोवर्शियल क्यों हो गया है?
मैं एक मत आपने जो बात की है, मैं उस पर एक सवाल आपसे उल्टा करना चाहता हूं कि विधि विरुद्ध काम अगर प्रहलाद गुंजल करे तो कानून उसको रोके, और कानून बनाने वाले और कानून की पालना करने वाले लोग विधि विरुद्ध काम करे तो कौन रोके?
We are here with some BJP supporters who are questioning this mega project built by the Ashok Gehlot government. तो ये इतना सुंदर प्रोजेक्ट है कोटा में, देखने में तो बहुत सुंदर लगता है, पर बीजेपी क्यों कह रही है कि इसमें सब कुछ गलत हुआ है?
सर, ये भ्रष्टाचार का अड्डा बना है. आप देखेंगे कि हर जगह पे कहीं तो टूट चुका है और सीवरेज लाइन का इन्होंने डाला, सीवरेज लाइन का पानी पूरा नदी में जा रहा है।
अपने भ्रष्टाचार के मंत्री महोदय के भ्रष्टाचार की वजह से यहाँ नहीं आ पाए वो, रिवर फ्रंट में काफ़ी भ्रष्टाचार हुआ है, इस वजह से यहाँ पर मंत्री महोदय नहीं पाए।
और शिकायत हुई है पर्यावरण विभाग इससे एनओसी नहीं ली उन्होंने।
कोटा में शांति धारीवाल जी विधायक बैठे, सिटिंग विधायक हैं, पहले बीजेपी के पास भी सीट रही है। कोटा का आपको लगता है क्या बड़ा मुद्दा है, इतना बड़ा ये जो?
अब कोई मुद्दा ही नहीं है कोटा में, सारे विकास करवा दिए उन्होंने, कोई मुद्दा बाकी नहीं है। केवल एयरपोर्ट का मुद्दा बाकी है। एयरपोर्ट आने के लिए केंद्र सरकार से परमिशन मिल जाएगी तो हो जाएगा। राजस्थान सरकार ने तो उनका काम कर ही दिया, यही मुद्दा बाकी है, इसके अलावा कोई मुद्दा बाकी नहीं।
आपको भी ऐसा लगता है शांति धारीवाल जी कोटा से जीत सकते हैं, दोबारा टिकट मिले कांग्रेस से? तो
सर मेरे हिसाब से अब की बार बीजेपी आएगी राजस्थान सरकार में।
सरकार में नहीं, कोटा
सर इतना मेरे को नॉलेज नहीं है, मैं जयपुर से हूँ वैसे।
जयपुर से?
बाकी बगरू विधानसभा से हूँ, बीजेपी आएगी सर, पूर्ण बहुमत से आएगी बीजेपी।
ऐसा क्यों, ऐसा क्या आपको लगता है कि क्यों सरकार बदला है? हर बार बदलती है राजस्थान में, इस बार कोई खास
तो नहीं, वो सही है, लेकिन कांग्रेस सरकार ने ऐसा कोई काम नहीं किया। बाकी बीजेपी सरकार ही आएगी, अच्छी सरकार है सर।
यहाँ के विधायक है शांति धारीवाल जी, उनके बारे में आपका क्या राय है? टिकट अभी उनका नहीं हुआ है कांग्रेस से, पर आपको लगता है उन्होंने कुछ काम किया है?
नहीं, काम तो ठीक किया है धारीवाल जी ने, ऐसी बात नहीं है, लेकिन जो कांग्रेस की नीति है, जो कांग्रेस जो काम करती है ना हिंदू विरोधों के लिए, वो उन्होंने ठीक नहीं किया। जो ये क्या है, बीजेपी अच्छा काम करती है और बहुत अच्छा काम करती आ रही है, लेकिन हम तो बीजेपी को सपोर्ट करेंगे।
Let's now move from Rajasthan to Chhattisgarh. Now, the poll plank of the BJP for Chhattisgarh has been to make the state Naxal-free. But the question is, how are they going to implement it? What are the various measures that they have taken? Let's take a look at this ground report that has been filed by our colleague Arunima.
What's the mood like in Raman Singh's constituency in Rajnandgaon market? A group of people here with us. कैसा है माहौल है, क्या मुद्दा है?
मैडम, डॉक्टर साहब जो है ना, वो तो विधायक ही हैं और मुख्यमंत्री पूर्व थे, और आगे अगर पार्टी आ जाती है तो निश्चित रूप से मुख्यमंत्री बनेंगे। लेकिन राजनांदगांव का जो विकास कार्य जो हुआ है ना, डॉक्टर जी को बिल्कुल सब स्मरण करते हैं, याद करते हैं, तो इस हिसाब से उनका बेस तो बना हुआ है। और इनके अगेंस्ट में जैसा गिरीश देवांगन जी आ गए कांग्रेस से, है ना, हालांकि जैसा भी है उनका भी शासन सत्ता है उनका, लेकिन उनका भी ठीक है, लेकिन उनको मेहनत करना पड़ेगा मैडम, क्योंकि कार्यकर्ताओं से और सभी समाज वालों से, मुख्य लोगों से मिलना बहुत जरूरी है और रूबरू मिलना जरूरी है मैडम, तभी उनका थोड़ा सा लेवल आएंगे मैडम।
अच्छा, ये बताइए, ये चुनाव भूपेश बघेल बनाम रमन सिंह है या भूपेश बघेल बनाम नरेंद्र मोदी है?
ये तो छत्तीसगढ़ के हिसाब से तो बड़ा यहाँ का चुनाव माहौल समझ में नहीं आ रहा है ना, कि वैसे तो भूपेश बघेल का पर गाँव वाले लोग से सुनते हैं ना, तो जितने भी खेती किसानी वाले हैं वो लोग ज़्यादा महत्व उनको दे रहे हैं, है ना, भूपेश बघेल को। अब आगे देखो क्या रिजल्ट आता है।
We have to shift our focus to some breaking developments now coming in, and this is news coming in from Pakistan. There is big relief for the former Prime Minister of Pakistan, Nawaz Sharif, as the word coming in from the Islamabad High Court is that his appeals in fact will be heard, which means there will be no convictions or sentencing till these appeals in fact are heard. We're going to go across to Siddhant in just a bit to try and understand the backdrop of these cases, but the news coming in at the moment from Pakistan is there is relief for the former Prime Minister of Pakistan, Nawaz Sharif, as far as his appeals are concerned. The word coming in, as we pointed out from the Islamabad High Court, is that these appeals in fact will be heard. Till then, no sentencing or convictions will be handed over. Siddhant joining us on the broadcast. Siddhant, give us more details.
Well, yes, that's right. This is what Manoj Gupta is bringing for us, that Nawaz Sharif's legal team has put up an appeal against the conviction of Nawaz Sharif in Azizia and Evanfield references case. And perhaps that appeal has finally been accepted by the High Court. And so this means that Islamabad High Court reinstates Nawaz Sharif's appeal against his conviction in the Evanfield and Al-Azizia sentences. Now, when Imran Khan was the Prime Minister and perhaps Nawaz Sharif was in exile in London, there were multiple cases slapped against Nawaz Sharif, and in fact, there were a lot of ongoing pending trials on him, and in fact, in some cases, he was convicted. Now, since he's back to Pakistan, he is again, or perhaps, ready to start a new political innings in Pakistan. So he is,
So as Siddhant is pointing out that this is going to be big relief for the former Prime Minister Nawaz Sharif. We'll have to leave it there. We've completely run out of time. But news and updates still continue here on CNN News 18. Plain Speak is up next.
Welcome everyone. Thanks a lot for staying with us. You're watching Plain Speak with me, Shivani Gupta. The grand inauguration of Sri Ram Janmabhoomi Temple in Ayodhya is set for January 22. And Prime Minister Narendra Modi will be the special invitee to inaugurate the temple at 12:30 p.m. It is said to be a seminal day in Indian history. One of the holiest of all sites for Hindus, finally witnessing the inauguration of a Ram temple